Let's now look at how to build generic chords in a key. We're going to start putting things together. The objective of this lesson is to review the 3 forms of musical alphabet, and then to apply the first 2 forms to building chords in generic keys. So let's review. The first form of the musical alphabet is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, nonstop basically. This is just the consecutive letters of the alphabet, one after the other. We use this form of the alphabet to build scales, and also for when we're looking at the roots of the chords. And in this example, you'll see what I'm talking about in this video. The second form of the musical alphabet was face E, G, B, D, F, which is like, you see the E is a pivot point, F is pivot point, and that also continues on and on. That's for when we want to build the chord tones, what notes are in the chord. Now we have the third form of the musical alphabet, and that's B, G, C, F, and that is for keys and key signatures. So if you want to know what key you're in, we would use this form. We won't be focusing on this one for this lesson. So now let's apply it. To first start our application, we will need the first form of the musical alphabet here as reference. And I have it twice just so we can look at what we're doing here. So now, we are going to say that we are in the key of A, generic A. We're not going to worry about the sharps or flats that go with A major for now. That will come in the next video. So now, let's start there. If I build the scale, I just have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and A. That's my generic A scale. No sharps, no flats. So now the question is, how do we apply it to chords? Well, with chords, we've been using numbers, Roman numerals to be exact. So the A is what's going to be the root of the 1 chord. The B will be the root of the 2 chord, C the root of the 3 chord, D the root of the 4 chord, E the 5 chord, and so on. F is 6 and G is 7. And then when we get back to A, we're back to 1. We don't have an 8 chord. So now, this is where we need the second form of the musical alphabet, which, again, is just every other letter. If you look at it starting from A, you see how it's A, we skip B, go to C, skip D, and so forth. So now, on the 1 chord, that's our A chord in this key. How would we build the 1 chord? Well, if you look up in the upper right where the arrow is, we have the A, and if you look where the circle is, what would the next note in the chord be? It would be C and E. So in the key of A, generic A for now, the notes in that chord are A, C, E. So now let's look at the 2 chord. What notes would be in that chord? Well, if you look at the second form, B, D, F. Now let's go on to the 3 chord. And as you can see, a pattern's developing here, and this is kind of a little repetitive now. C, E, and G would be in the 3 chord of the A, the key of A, as long as A is the 1. Now if we go to 4, where D is, what do we have? D, F, A. Let's go on to 5. What do we have there? E, G, B. I'm just skipping every other letter. What about 6? Again, skipping every other letter or using the second form, whichever is easier for you, F, A, C. Now, how about the 7 chord? Well, skip every other letter and you have G, B, D. And then we're back to A. And that's how you build generic chords in keys. Thanks for watching.